I believe there's 3 reasons why you're not able to make progress with your kettlebell training or that may hinder you. Number 1, you're too stressed out and angry about the fact that you're not making progress. Number 2, you don't trust the program or your coach to bring you any further. Number 3, you lack consistency and therefore missing out on the key ingredient to build the habit because you're trying to be a perfectionist. Grüezi dran, Gregory von Lebe Stark here. Now, as you may notice, these 3 facts or these 3 problems, these hurdles, have nothing to do with genetics, fitness, strength, anthropometrics, or your kinesthetic sense. These are factors, of course, but I think these 3 crucial problems that most of us face are the biggest ones that we have to treat in order to make any progress with the kettlebell. Let's talk about number 1. If you're too stressed out, you get angry, you're not making progress. What happens is maybe your brain even turns into fight or flight mode. If you're into fight or flight mode, you're not able to think clearly and rationally. And when you learn an exercise, you need clear thinking. You need rational thinking. You need that additional energy in your brain to really master the exercise. And you need patience, and you have to calm down. Listen, this is not about winning a race. I do understand if you have a competition in front of you. But I have to say, nobody's facing or nobody's entering a competition if they're not prepared enough. And if you're not prepared and you enter a competition, of course you're stressed out. So this is the same thing with losing weight. If you get mad that you're not losing weight, this may hinder your progress in so many areas. It's not worth it to be stressed out just because you're not progressing the way you want to. You have to listen to your body and stop comparing yourself to others who are maybe progressing faster, or maybe they're investing more energy and more time and they dedicate more time to the exercise in itself, or maybe they've hired a coach, or maybe they're more passionate, and maybe in your case it takes a little longer. Maybe you're not as passionate as them, still you can make progress. So what we always say is you run at your own pace. If it's not a competition, and most of us are not training kettlebells for competitions, then you're not in a race against nobody. So try to calm down, try to work with more patience, and maybe if you're not as stressed out as you used to be, you will make more progress. That doesn't mean that you won't face any plateaus. You will. However, if you encounter these plateaus, knowing that they will come, and you not get mad when they arrive and you work through them, then probably you'll make more progress in the end. Number 2, this is a big one. You don't trust the program to get you any further. Or, in other words, you don't trust the coach to get you any further. What we see in our practice with our clients is the following. We have people who talk to the doctor, to the physiotherapist, to their traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. They talk to 5 different coaches and read 2 different blogs from 5 different sources. You get what I'm saying? What happens in the end? In the end, you're just confused. And while I'm not saying that you're not supposed to listen to other people or to other coaches, or maybe check out how other programs work, maybe at the end of the day, you have made your experience and you find out, well, this was not the way to go. This program wasn't the way to go. This coach wasn't the ideal person to work with. That's totally fine. It's an experience, but at least you trust it, or you've just put enough trust in the person or in the program to carry you. And we always say at the same time, you see how nuanced this stuff is. We always say at the same time, please stay critical in your thinking. Don't take everything at face value. Yet, if you start to ask questions at every last bit, even at stuff that makes sense, you try to really deconstruct everything that is put in front of you, then maybe you're not making progress because you don't trust that this person will be able to help you. And there will be coaches and systems and programs that you will probably make your experience, or maybe you've had some experience, and that's the reason why you don't trust anybody. Listen, try to pull those walls down, break them down, and open up your heart again, open up your trust reserves again, because if you live this life long enough, you will be disappointed. This is a fact. This will happen. This is part of life. And so if you know that this is part of life, you can then maybe regain your trust when you work with somebody else, or at least you find out, well, this is not the way to go. And sometimes we have to find out which way we're not supposed to go in order to find out where we have to go in the end. So taking information from too many sources can leave you baffled, confused, and will lead to the fact that you will do maybe things half-heartedly. You will just do some of this, sprinkle something a little this, some philosophy of this coach, and some idea from that blog. And at the end of the day, you're confused and you're running or walking around the same mountain without making any progress. So regain that trust. Trust a person. Ask crucial questions, but still be open and faithful. Now, number 3 is probably the biggest of them all. You're not consistent because you're either a perfectionist or you're not aware of how fast time passes. Try to major in the minor. Try to invest crucial and consistent effort, basic effort that works throughout the year. What does that mean in kettlebell workout terms, for example? That means you do 1 workout per week the whole year or the next 6 months. This is majoring in the minor. What good is it to do 5 workouts per week for the next 2 weeks and then stop working out for 6 months? And what happens is we don't have a time, or we don't have a feeling of how quick time passes. The older you get, the lesser you feel how quick time passes. Remember, it was just January a few days ago, and now it's March, or at the end of March. It goes so fast. So consistency is something that trumps fitness, talent, DNA, genetics, strength, looks, everything. Consistency is the biggest key in advancing in your technique. For example, doing the drills that your coach taught you. And you trust the coach. All right, that's point number 2. You trust the coach that this drill will move you forward. Your coach telling you, drop down with the weight and keep working with the weight. Keep working with lighter weights. Perfect your technique. Trust the coach. And now put in the work. And I told this to a client. I said the reason why we were able to advance in the technique so incredibly fast is because I've listened to the right sources. I've listened to the right information. I took the right information in. I turned the information into inspiration because I started working with it. And most of all, I put in the work. And I stay humble. I stay humble when I look at the exercises, when I look at the kettlebell. I respect the weight, I respect the exercises, and I never get the feel that now I got it down pat. No. I always want to take that humble approach and improve every last bit. There's one instance where one coach told me, hey man, your jerk is safe. And I was like, no, it's not. It looks okay, it looks decent, but in my eyes, if I compare it to the pros, to the athletes, to the professionals, it's not. So I have to work. And even the professionals say, I'm still working on the technique. So this is consistency. Majoring in the minor. Doing your workout. Doing the drills. Staying consistent. Rocking those workouts. Maybe changing your nutrition habits step by step. This is just a step-by-step process. But you're faithful in the small step. And if you're faithful in the small step, you will build a habit that you will profit from in the end. Consistency, I would say, is the biggest reason why people don't advance in anything. If you're too stressed out and you don't trust a person who's here to help you, and you're not consistent doing what the person told you to do, it's not gonna work. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like it and consider subscribing if you want to see more kettlebell content. Now check out 90 Days of Kettlebells. You find the link in the description. This is where we combine kettlebell training with nutrition coaching in a very easy to follow manner. It is designed for people who are just starting out, for beginners. So click the link in the description and check it out.